With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Hi, I'm Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Book 101 Review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She's a health detective who works with brilliant, intuitive people who know their symptoms mean something, no other than Miss Beth Mielbrecht.
Hello. Thank you, Daniel. Happy to be here.
Welcome, Miss Beth, on Book 101 Review. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I missed?
Absolutely. So, did you ever have an ache or a pain and you wondered, why is this happening? Or you felt something and you went and everyone said, oh, you're just fine. You're getting older. It's just stress. But really, you know something's wrong. And you get your blood work done and everything comes back normal. And you're like, no, I don't feel right. You need a health detective. And whether it's me or someone else, your body is talking to you and you're right to listen to those messages and figure out what's going on. That's how you'll get to vibrant health for both your physical body and your emotions, so that you're not only working great and feeling great, but your mind is clear and focused, because that's what we want, everyone to have that wonderful state of vitality.
Wonderful state of vitality indeed. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Miss Beth. Thank you. And today let's talk about the hidden cause of undressed health, how leaders lose their competitive edge. So tell us, let's start with the big picture question. If health is wealth for an individual, what is the direct business cost to an organization when its leaders operate the state of chronic and undressed stress or burnout?
I see it all the time. I'm a mechanical engineer. I have led teams and departments and companies and worldwide business. And I see it when my top leaders start losing their edge. This is what happens. They don't respond to emails. They don't respond to clients. Their team says, hey, I've had this with review for a long time and I haven't heard back. And it's because something's going on, but it's not at the crisis level where these people would say, I need to take time away. I need to go get this figured out. Something is bothering me. No, there's brain fog. There's pain in their body, so they're uncomfortable sitting at their computer doing work. There's digestive upset, and they're just not able to keep all the balls in the air that's needed in business. They're not able to focus, and things start dropping. And when things start dropping, then clients aren't happy, your team isn't happy, and you see it in your bottom line. And I've seen this over and over again. And it's very simple to address and start the conversation. And that question is, if you are the leader, ask your team, how are you feeling today? Did you eat lunch today? How's your family? And are you taking care of yourself? How's your sleep? You don't need to be their health coach, but you definitely need to ask about health. It's the most important metric. And when your team is functioning at their best, they feel good in their bodies, their brains are clear, you will have incredible problem solvers coming up with creative solutions, and that affects your bottom line.
Yes, indeed. And Miss Beth, we often talk about absenteeism, but what about presenteeism? At the leadership level, how does a leader who is physically present but mentally depleted or emotionally volatile create a more insidious drain on performance and morale?
When it's the leader who's doing presenteeism, so showing up to the meetings but not really contributing, showing up to respond to certain things but really not contributing, that sends a message to the whole team that this is all you need to do. This is the bare minimum. And if he's getting or she's getting away with it, then they can too. So it becomes a drain and nothing moves forward. You get a bottleneck right at that leader. So if that's you, take a close look. Do you need to take some time away? Do you really need to rest and recharge? Is there something going on that's bothering you and you feel that you need additional support? Go seek it out. There are plenty of resources in the town where you live or on the internet with people like me who work remotely. But there's somebody who can help you. You might need someone to talk to, or maybe you need someone to help your physical body, like a physical therapist or a chiropractor or a kinesiologist. Maybe there's something that needs attention. And when you're hurting, either emotionally, mentally, or in your body, that makes it hard to show up for work. And that's why you're present. You might be standing in front of your computer or sitting in front of your computer, but you're really not doing the job that you love to do, which is why you're there, is to solve problems and contribute in your own unique way. But when you're hurting somehow, it dampens everything. So the first step is to say, you know what? I'm off my game. Something's not right. I need to figure it out.
Yes, you need to figure it out to work it easy for you. Miss Beth, can you break down the ripple effect when a leader is struggling with their health? What is or what are the first visible cracks in their team's performance, innovation, and decision making?
The first cracks are complaints from clients because they're not getting responses. They might have meetings where nothing gets accomplished. People show up and they're not aware of all the issues. So clients are quick to say, we need to escalate this. Something's wrong. You're not getting it. And sometimes that's a technical problem. Sometimes there really is a need for additional resources to help solve the problem. But often there is somebody leading that project, managing that project, who is off his or her game, who is not able to summon the right resources, connect all the dots because they're missing things. They're missing emails. So the first thing you'll see is complaints from clients. And then if it gets worse, you'll get complaints from the team. And this breaks my heart because people love the work they do and they want to feel supported and that their work matters. And if their leader, their manager, isn't able to give them the guidance, the support, the technical review, any of that feedback, then they don't feel like they belong. They might feel that they're doing something wrong. They might look elsewhere. And you could lose an important key player on your team if someone's not paying attention and giving them the support they need. So the first is clients complain. Second is the team members might complain, or they might just decide that something's not right and they might look elsewhere.
Yes, find another job for
Mhm.
sure. And Miss Beth, how do you respond to a leader who says, I can't afford to slow down or focus on myself? The business needs me 24/7. What's the flawed logic in the statement from a competitive standpoint?
You just need to look at the numbers of the delays and the cost of that delay. There's a real mathematical calculation that they can take to figure out, well, what's costing them their 50% or 30% performance over the last few months or last year, or sometimes even longer. There's a cost to that. So think about, well, what is the cost if you continue on this path? It's going to get worse. And the best thing to do is get support. There's often support through your company of some kind to look into mental health support. There's usually employee assistance programs. So there's many things you can do within the workplace, but separately, you can have a lot of resources yourself within the health system in the country you live in, and also the ability for you to utilize people that you know who can help you. So there's a cost to taking time to find these resources and use them. But I would say that the cost is much, much greater to do nothing and continue on the path, because in business, we are always looking at financial performance, and it will come up if you keep pushing through. And that's the worst situation, is when you're in pain. Either maybe your back is hurting, or maybe you haven't been able to take care of some digestive troubles that are always making you feel uncomfortable. If you let those drive your work performance, it will suffer, and it will come out in the financials. So take the time now, while you're thinking about it, to say, this isn't right. I deserve to feel better. And when you do that, you will get a return on that for your personal life and your business.
Yes, I deserve to be healthy, yeah, for sure. The cognitive and creative toll, Miss Beth. Neuroscience tell us about chronic stress impairs the prefrontal cortex, the center for executive function. In practical terms, what kinds of critical leadership mistakes or missed opportunities stem directly from its cognitive impairment?
So when you're stressed because you didn't get enough sleep, because you're not sleeping well anymore, when you're stressed because there's some part of your body, your hip, your knee, your back, that is just always aching, when you're stressed because something is bothering you at home and you have a family situation, it's taking your heart, it's taking your brain power. When you're stressed, you're right, your prefrontal cortex, that part of you that makes decisions, that takes decades to mature, it's not even fully functioning until your mid-20s. There's no blood flow there.
Mm.
The blood flow is going to every place else. It's going to tend to the inflammation in your joints. It's going to tend to your digestive problems. It's going to tend elsewhere. When you're stressed, you are ready to run or freeze, and all of the blood is in your muscles, ready to go. It's not up there. It's not in your brain. So you're not thinking as well as you should be. That means when something happens, you might not consider all of the options. You don't have your full problem-solving capacity to think of incredible, ingenious solutions that you otherwise might be able to think of. You might not be able to think of, I know somebody on my team who has done this before and they can help here. Or I've got an idea, we should approach it in this new way. Any of those ideas are gone. They're hard to come by because your brain just neurologically is not functioning in that way. So what happens is that you react. There's a stress situation, you react like it's an emergency. And pretty soon, everything that comes across your desk, every email, feels like an emergency. You open your email, you panic. There it is, all those unread messages, even if it's something simple, becomes irritating. It's a crisis. And that's no way. That's not who you really are. And so then, therefore, you're not operating with the compassion that you have as a leader, with the critical thinking skills that you have as a leader, because your brain isn't really online. It's too busy tending to your body. Don't do that. If you tend to your
Yes.
body, your brain will work much better.
Yes. Self-care, people. Miss Beth, as a health detective, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Well, short term, I have wonderful clients that I'm working with to make health transformation. And my short term goal is to keep talking about the work that I do. And long term, my goal is that everyone knows that their body wants to heal and that there's a way to listen to your body and take action and to take every symptom, every pain, every ache, and know that it's a message. And for everyone to have someone in their life who is willing to listen to that message and figure out what it means. So that is called energy medicine. We're energetic beings. So we've got acupuncture, homeopathy, hands-on healing, muscle testing and digital muscle testing. All of these things and others are a way of working with your body. It's not about looking outside to say, what do I need to put on or in my body to fix it? But first step is look inside and say, what do I need? And those energy medicine modalities are a perfect way to get started to listen and not silence those symptoms.
Good luck to your goals, Miss Beth, and looking forward for more success. And what would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
The best thing is to ask your body what it needs every day. What would be the best thing that your body needs? Not what social media says, not what some business person's morning routine is. What does your body need? So that's my advice, is listen to yourself. Is it time to push yourself and go for that run? Or is it time to pull back and do something, some gentle stretching? Is it time to clean up your diet and get rid of some processed foods? Maybe today's the day you do that. Is today the day that you really have that conversation with someone and set some boundaries so that you don't feel like you're being walked on anymore, whether that's at work or at home? All of those things matter. So that's what you can do today.
Yes, do it now, people. Stop procrastinating. Do it now. And thank you for that advice, Miss Beth. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
One of the foundational books that I read a long time ago is by the wonderful, legendary Donna Eden. Her book is called Energy Medicine. It has been foundational in my life and so many other practitioners' lives. Donna has a wonderful gift of being able to see and feel energy, and she was able to document how she did that and the practices of what she saw and what worked with herself and with her clients. And from those practices, it turned into a wonderful teaching institute. There are a number of YouTube videos, and she's just so sparkly and full of life that she made me understand that our bodies want to heal. And everything that's physical starts first as energy. We're electromagnetic, and we can start by changing how our health is. ourselves or with a practitioner who knows any one of these multiple energy medicine modalities. So Donna Eden's book, Energy Medicine, is something I highly recommend.
Yes, and thank you for that recommended book, Miss Beth. And tell us, if you had to make a 30-second pitch to a board directors on why executive health is the most important competitive lever to pull, what would you say?
Executive health means more creativity, more problem solving, and more return on investment in every area of the business. When people are functioning, their whole body feels good, operates well, brains are working, emotions are on par with standards for executive emotional intelligence, then clients are happy, team is happy, shareholders are happy, and the public is happy with what they see in the leadership. It is something that should be number one because the quality of your business is dependent on the quality of your team, and your team only works at the level of their health. So both their physical and emotional health, that is imperative to get right and invest in. So many ways to invest in it, but when that's right, things work like a charm.
Yes, like a charm indeed. And Miss Beth, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people, my other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in third season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101, love letters, movie 101 review, music 101, our fourth season. Science 101, Sex 101, second season, and my baby podcast, Law 101, Mental Health 101, and Bible Verses 101. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Beth, finally looking forward is the next frontier of competitive advantage, not just in strategy or technology, but in the systemic cultivation of resilient, healthy leaders.
I yes, that I definitely want more resilient, healthy leaders. That is exactly what we're working towards.
Definitely. And can you tell more about, your symptoms mean something that phrase on your website?
Yes, yes, your body is definitely talking to you. So if you want to find out my insights on what's going on with your body, click the button at yourhealthwithbeth.com and take my free quiz. You'll get insights by email and access to my private podcast with practical action
Yes.
steps you can take.
Yes, click the button, people, and let's connect with Miss Beth and let's see what's happening to your health. Because, as they said, health is wealth. So, Miss Beth, can you please invite our listeners to support your podcast, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Absolutely. The best way to support the work of healing your body is to go to yourhealthwithbeth.com.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Beth Mielbrecht because if you support her, more and more empowering health tips will rise, or health advocacy will rise. So, Miss Beth, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Mordicon people, see you soon.